So this weekly weather briefing from the National Weather Service forecast area is for Thursday, November 6, 2025. So dense fog is a concern tonight, severe storms Friday afternoon to evening, and the significant freeze next week, with the freeze concerns as early as Sunday night and the most significant freeze Monday night into Tuesday morning. So the key messages, we're expecting dense fog is likely again tonight. Prior to storm system with a severe weather threat Friday into Friday night. It is also possible again on Saturday, and we'll go over that as well. And then significant freeze early next week, freeze likely beginning Sunday night into Monday morning, with the more significant concerns Monday night into Tuesday morning. So quick weather overview, seasonally warm conditions out there right now due to warm southerly flow. That's going to be out ahead of a frontal system coming down into tomorrow, which is going to bring an increase in rain and storm coverage on Friday and into Saturday. And out ahead of this, dense fog possible. So here are the probabilities of dense fog or less than half-mile visibility. Pretty much anything over 20 to 40% is pretty solid for at least some coverage of dense fog, and we're getting well into the 50% range in some of our southeastern areas and Highway 84 and Interstate 59 corridors. And there are other indications that some of these probabilities may be even higher than that. So similar to this morning, it wouldn't be surprising for dense fog headlines to be needed. So for severe storms, we are concerned with a severe weather threat Friday afternoon to Friday night. In terms of timing of that, we anticipate a lot of the precursor development, potentially the southern half of the area, may be earlier in the afternoon versus kind of along the north of Interstate 20 and into northeast Mississippi in the late afternoon to evening. The main hazards out ahead of this front are damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour, some hail and tornado. Can't be fully ruled out. There's enough wind and set up for, couldn't rule out a tornado in this environment. As we mentioned, Saturday is also another concern that was advertised overnight. We currently don't have that advertised just yet, but we are looking into that if there's an area of concern. It may be further north into the Highway 82 corridor. So as of now, we are only advertising Friday, but we are definitely looking into that. The rainfall with this will generally be pretty light, generally under 1/4 of an inch. Maybe there's some pockets that could be up to 1/2 inch. Where there's heavier rain coverage and training, and then drier. So this is really only through the next 3 days, this rainfall forecast, and next week is going to be generally dry and cold. So just a quick summary of the forecast. You can glance over the temperatures. Warm through Saturday, and then as the front really moves, the secondary polar surge comes down, Sunday through Monday is going to be a quite drastic drop, and our temperatures will drop well below normal, in some spots 10 to 20 degrees below normal. We don't mention in here, but it's going to be there on Monday is going to be quite windy, and so our real feel temperatures will be quite cold, probably there into the 20s to low, probably in the 20s, just with the wind, with the more significant freeze more into Tuesday. So as we mentioned before, the significant freeze concerns, these are the probability of low temperatures below freezing on the left and 28 degrees on the right. This is on Monday morning, so this is right at the onset of the concerns for freeze. So you can see there's a good probability, at least almost 50% chance of having a freeze down to Interstate 20, and less than 28. They're just near or south of Highway 82. And so, but the bigger concerns turn to Tuesday morning. Pretty much area-wide is a widespread freeze, and a large portion of the area has a chance to go below 28 degrees. And this will be for several hours. We may be below freezing for 6 to 8 hours and below 28 for 3 to 5 hours in some areas. So these are definitely concerning. There's more potential for this being the first significant freeze. There can be significant damage to unprotected vegetation. So this is definitely a more widespread killing freeze for agriculture and outdoor vegetation, so take your precautions. So in terms of the human element of what may feel worse will be potentially Monday just because of the wind, but in terms of agricultural impacts and to vegetation, that's going to be Monday night into early Tuesday, really after 9 p.m. through 8 a.m. Tuesday morning. The tropics are quiet, so thankfully that's one thing we're not having to deal with this time. So that's pretty much it. As we mentioned, the dense fog, severe, mainly Friday, and the significant freeze next week.